declare a mass casualty incident after they find 4 men unconscious. We'll have that story coming up.
An unsolved case involving a deadly shooting in Compton. Investigators are now turning to the public for help. I'm Corrine Winter in Monterey Park. I'll have that live report that's coming up right after your break.
And a freeway overpass just for animals. The ambitious expansion that's one step closer to soaring over the 101 when we come back. Happening now at 3:30, a startling ordeal at a Newport Beach nightclub sends 4 young men to the hospital. Now, 3 of them needed help just trying to breathe.
Now authorities are trying to figure out what happened. Orange County Bureau Chief Chip Yost joins us live now with the details. Chip?
Yeah, hey there, guys. We're on the peninsula here in Newport Beach. Just behind me, this is the American Junkie nightclub, and it was here about 1 a.m. that firefighters were called, and shortly after they called, they knew what was on hand, and they called for a mass casualty incident. That's because they say they got here, they found 4 men who were unconscious. Some of them were in respiratory arrest and needed to have artificial respiration to get them back to. They were all taken to different hospitals, or 3 of them, the 4 of them were taken to 3 different hospitals in the area. As for what caused this, well, they're still trying to figure that out.
What they've taken is still under investigation at this time. We just know that whatever it was that they took caused all the respiratory efforts to decrease, which lent itself to paramedic care.
Newport Beach Police also now investigating, trying to figure out exactly what happened here. We did ask for a comment from the nightclub, but we're told they have no comment at this time. Reporting live in Newport Beach, I'm Chip Yost, KTLA 5 News.
Thank you, Chip. Well, months after the murder of a 30-year-old father, his killer remains free.
The victim's family is pleading for someone to come forward with any information. KTLA 5's Corrine Winter live in Monterey Park with more. Corrine.
And though today we were given a look at some of the evidence in this case, the cars the suspects were driving when they targeted this Long Beach resident. He's the latest face on a somber statistic involving one of LA's most crime-ridden communities, Compton. Back on May 14th, during a festive backyard barbecue party, sheriff's homicide investigators say 30-year-old Andre McMahon was shot several times in the upper chest area by a gunman with an assault rifle.
That burden is lifted a bit when you kind of wear the shoes of somebody in our situation. And what would you want done?
These are photos of the two vehicles the suspects were traveling in the night of the fatal shooting. Detectives confirmed the shooter jumped out of this dark four-door Nissan. The other car was described as a 2005 or 2006 Mini Cooper S with blue metallic paint and a black top. As for why the disabled father of four with a baby on the way may have been targeted,
all we got now is a male black adult got out of that car, shot at Andre with an assault rifle, striking him. It seemed like he was targeting Andre, so it appears that it was kind of personal.
Captain Michael Thatcher with the Compton Sheriff's Station summed up May as the deadliest month this year, 8 murders, but added that while there's been a spike in slayings this year compared to last, the number of shootings have declined.
The public wants us in Compton. We're receiving more and more calls for service. Our calls for service have gone up 10%, and I hopefully will help pay off in this case.
One of McMallick's sons played outside the sheriff's station in Monterey Park today after family members made an emotional plea for justice in his death. The victim's children, now forced to grow up without a father who loved ones say didn't deserve such a brutal ending.
It just breaks my heart that we have to deal with this and go through this.
Investigators say they do have surveillance video of that gunman, but they are not releasing it at this time. Live in Monterey Park, Corrine Winter, KTLA 5 News.
Thanks, Corrine. Yet another pallet yard fire in the Southland. This time it was in the city of Paris. The fire started by